Okay, so this time we're taking a look from the 30th anniversary. We're taking a look at the vehicle, the VAMP Mark II. Now this is just a re-release of the VAMP that I think was released in the Rise of Cobra for the movie. Of course, it didn't show up in the movie, and now it's been re-released as the Mark II. It does come with a driver this time, not clutch, but a Steel Brigade sort of army building Joe Trooper. Just kind of neat, I guess. You get this pretty cool artwork on the front. You see more of it on the top and sides there. On the back, you get a look at more of the features pointed out, and on the bottom you get a look at the other vehicle, one of the other vehicles in this line, the Black Dragon, which I've already done a review of. So first of all, as you can see, you can really load up the Joes on this if you modify it a little bit slightly. And see here, I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, and there's sort of space left for about 2 other people here. And you probably cram a third back there. So while it only really technically fits about 9 figures, you can bump it up to a 13, 14 maybe. So here it is without all the figures on it, and we can take a look at some of the features. Of course, the first feature we have here is the minigun, which you can take off here. It's got this little ammo belt that plugs into the side there. That's pretty neat. And the minigun can turn via this little dial back here. And you can put this in one of 3 places. Here, here, or switch out the turret here on which the rocket launcher is mounted. You can switch that out pretty easily. It's quite solid on there. This is where I feel this takes a wrong turn. If you notice here in the back, there is the place to mount the turret and where it would swivel around. Now you see how the base plugs in there. Unfortunately, it is so heavy that most times it just falls right off. They could have mounted that in better. You have to really kind of even tilt this back a little bit just for it to rest in place there, which is unfortunate. Now, again, I much prefer not having anything in there. It gives you lots of room to put figures in. It gives you room to put other stuff in there. Weapons that weapons and backpacks that people can't carry if they're sitting in the chairs. You can remove the rocket launcher again and put that and any of the two spots up there. It's got a firing mechanism. You can just fire at the top there, and you can see that that is launched and goes across the room. Now, I really dislike this, so for the most part I keep this off and just use the minigun and cram this with figures as you saw in the beginning. It has this winch in the front here that you can hook on to stuff. It's got this claw that opens and closes, and you can just pull out like that, and as you can see, it is fairly long. To pull it in, you just use the thumb dial up here in front, and here I like to kind of pull this out a little bit and hook it onto the front there. And it is kind of dummied out here in plastic. The winch is, and the rope, but that's okay. The next two pieces here are pretty neat because this has a multi-port system. You might notice there's holes several places around the vehicle. The smaller holes are for the next two. You can see here that this is one of the big, huge Barrett 50 caliber weapons, and you can plug them either on the driver's side, up here, mounted up here, or down below here, if you want to have a more angular shot there. Heck, you can probably port them over here as well. There's one there, and the same on the other side. You have a spot back here and a spot back here that this will fit into as well. I prefer it mounted up in the front, manned by the guy in the passenger side front seat. Now the antenna here, little hair, the antenna here, unfortunately it's easy to knock out of its holes. The peg isn't very deep, but you can plug that. I like it back here. You can plug it in anywhere. One, two, here, up here. In a carryover from the old VAMP, you do get two gas cans that are removable. So if you need extra gas or something, you can take it out. You do have a tow hook there. No vehicles that you can tow yet, but I'm sure you could probably mix it with the classic towed vehicles. So the wheels are plastic, unfortunately. Don't get rubber, and they are kind of hollow. Let's see. You can see in the back here that they are hollow, and it comes with 5 tires, so you do have a spare, which is pretty neat. Does come with some accessories for figures. You get a sledgehammer that clips in there, but is easily knocked out, and you get a utility shovel that clips in there a little bit better. So here's a better look at them. So there are some pretty neat details on the molded on there. I like the little diamond plate steel, faux steel decking here that's on both sides. And you can see that there are pegs there for foot holes on the figures. You can see some of that plating, faux plating, is in the back there. You get these smoke rounds or flare rounds. There's lots of neat decals involved in this as well, as you can probably see. And they give you a lot of customability with the decals. I put on the more recent looking design of the Joe logo, but they do have the classic logo that you can put on there as well, or instead of that. I just figured that it would fit in more with my Pursuit of Cobra / 30th anniversary if they matched with that one there. So you do have this neat little desert scorpion with a sword through it. You have a little 4x4 sticker there. You have little stickers here with a fire extinguisher and med kit, as well as individual stickers for the tools that were there. Yes, one of the ways you can customize your vehicle is they give you about 3 of each letter and number, so you can you can customize your vehicle that way, come up with your own combinations using those stickers. And you know, Alias fans might get a kick out of what I did here, but I'm talking the TV show, not the comic book. This you can. I don't know if you can. Gonna be hard to see into the vehicle itself, but there are stickers there on the dashboard, and if you can see my finger there, there's like a GPS or computer sticker there. Lots of stickers, and being an adult with, you know, big meat hook hands, it was getting pretty hard to get those decals in there sometime. You know, not like a model where you can put stickers on as you're building. This pretty much comes assembled, so it can get a little frustrating trying to get stickers in some places. And that's it. I'll come back to do the figure that it comes with. So we're taking a look at the figure that comes with the VAMP, the Steel Brigade Delta. And you can see that he is an E4 specialist, or I should say they are, because this is an army builder, so you won't get any particular birthplace. You do get primary weapon, and you get secondary weapon as well, and that's it. And I believe he really doesn't come with a weapon, so they have the Barrett type machine gun, the Barrett type rifle, which I think they say that he can use as a weapon, but it's got this big huge base on it, so I don't like that. So I've given him a weapon from one of the other figures, and you know, I think this came with Beachhead and one other figure, so you can use that. And it's nice that we do get another troop builder, but in order to build up the army, it's quite unfortunate that you have to buy a bunch of vamps as well. Now, you can see here the regular Steel Brigade trooper, and you can see the difference in what the type they're wearing. I believe he is a reuse of, I think, a lot of the Rise of Cobra figures with the vest covering of Beachhead, because you can see that he's got the goggles, not the goggles, but binoculars, and he has knives, but unlike Beachhead, they do actually give you 2 knives this time instead of the 1. And well, you see lots of details, magazines hanging off the side there, so got some grenades. Neat little detail on the helmet here. Looks like he's got a helmet cam. So that's pretty neat. You take off the helmet, and he's got a kind of a Snake Eyes-ish helmet to him as well. And that's about it. So for articulation, pretty standard for these G.I. Joe figures. Head goes left and right, up and down, side to side, just a little bit. Arms go all the way around, out to the side, bend and rotate at the elbow. Wrists bend forward and back on this one and rotate, and on the other one he rotates as well as goes in and out. Upper torso articulation for left and right, forward and back, kind of hindered by the vest there really, but you can still get some going. Legs go forward, back, out to the side, double knee joints, and the feet rotate and bend at the ankles, and that's it. I do like that the vehicle came with a sort of generic Joe trooper. And if you already got the previous release that I think came with clutch, or they call them double clutch, then you don't, and you want to get this guy, you can buy the V.A.M.P. II again, but not get 2 clutches. So I guess that'll be it, and stay tuned. Hopefully we'll have more vehicles come out after the G.I. Joe, what is it, restitution, whatever it is. I forget the subtitle, but hopefully we'll get more 30th anniversary stuff or 30th anniversary type stuff when that thins out, probably in 2013. Although some of that stuff does look pretty cool. You know, I'm probably going to be getting the Joe Colton and one of the Roadblock figures. So until next time, I'll see you.